Good morning. Happy Thursday. Over the last week hunting, we were out there with a German exchange student, and he's real big into Schadenfreude. It's essentially taking pleasure in other people's pain. I don't know for sure, but I think the I told you so feeling is very much akin to Schadenfreude. And so I guess I'm experiencing Schadenfreude right now. In Arizona, the Arizona Supreme Court determined, it crafted an order, I should say, barring photography, barring videography, barring streaming videos, etc., from courts and other court-related facilities in Arizona. Once again, that was the Arizona Supreme Court. So when I told Tuksux and that crew, or actually when I told you guys about Tuksux and that crew, that they did not, in fact, have an established First Amendment right to unrestricted, unfettered filming, even in the court houses, I was right. For all their screaming, I always found it to be funny. The auditors would say there's no expectation of privacy in public to people as they were filming them. And then when the cops came, they would say, I don't have to show you my ID. I don't have to tell you my name. Essentially, they're saying I have a right to privacy on my papers and on my name. I have a right to privacy in public. They don't have a right to privacy in public, but I have a right to privacy in public. Fun fact is both of you had rights to privacy in public. It's just where you draw the line is different. I don't think anybody has a right to say I don't want to be photographed if they are actually out and not on property that they can control. This dude has been circling. This dude with one headlight has been circling for fucking hours. You can tell on his shitty tailpipe. Anyway, you do have a right to privacy in at least some circumstances, and Arizona, much like California, has codified a right to privacy in their constitution. So the Arizona Supreme Court relied on that as part of the basis for its decision. So now in Arizona, you can't film in courthouses, you can't film on even sidewalks that are solely for court use. I'm not talking about the gray sidewalks, or I am talking about the gray sidewalks. I'm not talking about the sidewalks that are border a street and are indistinguishable from any other sidewalk. I'm talking about sidewalks that are solely used for the court, and parking lots that are solely used for the court, like places where the judges park, places where the court clerks park, places where jurors park. So juror parking lots you can't film in anymore. Congratulations, guys. Way to protect our rights. Oh, they're not rights. They are essentially privileges. There was a privilege that was being experienced to film in courthouses in Arizona that has now been lost. So chalk that up as a win for auditors. Their win streak is just miles long. If you include Turner as an auditor win streak, then they have one win. And that was in 2015. So 4 years later, they still have one win. Just keep racking up the L's, boys. You're going to figure out the actual limits of free speech the hard way. So now that I've gotten my Schadenfreude out of the way, here's how you avoid that. You don't be an asshole with a camera. That's really the long and the short of it. You don't scream at cops. You don't create scenes. If you have an issue with a policy, you bring it up politely and respectfully to the people who could actually make a change in the policy. Cops don't make laws, cops don't make policies, they just are there to enforce them. So if you want a change made, i.e. for a court order barring photography, you don't get in screaming matches with court clerks and the police. You go to the judge, you could maybe talk to an attorney to see the appropriate way to do it. It might be something as simple as filing for an injunction. That would at least get the courts to rethink it. Petition for an injunctive relief or whatever they have available. I mean, I haven't really looked into all the possibilities, but that would be a good way to start. Instead of being a dickhole, or if you're like really polite, if you're really awesome and cool about it, about filming, then and then they start harassing you, then they will end up putting you in front of the judge. And if you're all polite and cool and awesome, then the judge is going to start to question why they have that order in effect. Because I mean, you are polite and cool and awesome, and what's the problem with people who are polite and cool and awesome filming, right? I think we all understand the root of the problem now. It's not the camera, it's the asshole holding the camera. That's the problem. Anyway, it's gonna be a short one. Sorry, Ted. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.